Thank you for watching my revision of the textbook I wrote to teach homeschoolers world history. A Bible Believer Looks at World History. There are a number of things I want to change based on things I've learned. There's things I want to dig deeper into, and I thank you for watching and helping me do this as I read my book and then figure out what I want to do. So let's pick it up where I left off last time. Throughout modern history, secular archaeologists and historians have expressed doubt that King David was a real historical person, but more like King Arthur, as Philip Davies reported in Biblical Archaeology Review in 1994. However, in 1993, a fragment of a monument was found at the site of the ancient Israelite city of Dan that mentioned David and his dynasty dating to about 100 years after David's death. As Biblical Archaeology Review reported, I'm quoting them. Abraham Biram and his team of archaeologists found a remarkable inscription from the 9th century BC that refers both to the house of David and to the king of Israel. This is the first time that the name David had been found in any ancient inscription outside the Bible. That the inscription refers not simply to a David, but to the house of David, the dynasty of the great Israelite king, is even more remarkable. Unquote. That's March and April 1994, page 26. Then another mention of King David was found in a monument of about the same time. It is called the Moabite stone or the Mesha stela, discovered in 1868. Unfortunately, it was broken into pieces. It's taken much time and effort to piece together the original words. In 1995, scholar Andre Lemar finally put it all together and discovered the words House of David. In line 31 of the Moabite stone are the words, quote, the sheep of the land and the house of David dwelt in Horonan. That's Biblical Archaeology Review, May to June 1994, page 33. The article continues, quote, the recent discovery at Tel Dan of a fragment of a stela containing a reference to the house of David, that is the dynasty of David, is indeed sensational and deserves all the publicity it has received. The Aramaic inscription is dated to the 9th century BC, was originally part of a victory monument erected at Dan, apparently by an enemy of both the king of Israel, also referred to in the fragment, and the king of the house of David. The inscription easily establishes the importance of Israel and Judah on the international scene at this time, no doubt to the chagrin of those modern scholars who maintain that nothing in the Bible before the Babylonian exile can lay claim to any historical accuracy. Nearly 2 years before the discovery of the Tel Dan fragment, Lemaire concluded that the Mesha stela contains a reference to the house of David. Now, the Tel Dan fragment tends to support his conclusions. That's on page 31 and 32. So slowly, as more excavations bring to light new material, the biblical record continues to gain solid historical backing. So far, archaeology has confirmed the existence of the following kings of Israel and Judah: Omri, Ahab, Jeroboam II, Jehu, Pekah, Hoshea, Ahaz, Hezekiah, Manasseh. Now, David is also placed in this growing list of historically confirmed kings and no longer viewed as a myth. Now, I'm going to talk about King Solomon and some other things about the biblical record and archaeology too next. So thank you for watching this. If you would click like and subscribe or follow. But if you have comments to make, feel free to make them. I'd like to see what you have to say. Thanks.